May the bird of paradise fly up your nose. An adult wrote that song, an adult performed it, an adult label greenlit it. I don't know this song. This is a gift request from Penny Hedlund. Little Jimmy Dickens. I don't know who he wants this bird to fly up their nose, but a bird of paradise is actually a plant. It's like from Hawaii or something. I used to work 40 years ago. I was a driver and a cooler boy. I started as in a wholesale florist in New Jersey, and we just humped the boxes, shipped them out. And so, but I would see some of the flowers, I would learn what they were called. And these birds of paradise, I'm like, whoa, they're pretty cool. But so they're not actual birds. As you ladies will know, and some of the guys will know, yeah, I think my favorite flower is a stargazer lily because they smell so good. All right, let's see what little Jimmy Dickens has. Shout out to you, Penny Hedlund, for this gift. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see what we've got.
One fine day as I was walking down the street, spied a beggar man with rags upon his feet. Took a penny from my pocket, in his tin cup I did drop it, and I heard him say as I made my retreat, may the bird of paradise fly up your nose, may an elephant caress you with his toes, may your wife be flagged with runners in her hose, may the bird of paradise fly up your nose.
So the dude was unhappy with how much money he gave him. He thought it was too little. That's what I got so far.
My laundry man is really on his toes. Found $100 bill among my clothes.
Well, there you go.
When he called me, I came running, gave him back his dime for phoning, and I heard him saying as I turned to go, may the bird of paradise fly up your nose,
an elephant,
may an elephant caress you with his toes, may your wife be plagued with runners in her hose, may the bird of paradise fly up your nose.
Don't be cheap.
I was way behind one day to catch a train. The taxi driver said, we'll make it just the same. A speed cop made it with us, and as he wrote out the ticket, I stood by politely waiting for my change. May the bird of paradise fly up your nose, may an elephant caress you with his toes, may your wife be plagued with runners in her hose, may the bird of paradise fly up your nose, may the bird of paradise fly up your nose, may an elephant caress you with his toes, may your wife be plagued with runners in her hose.
You gotta wonder what got left on the cutting room floor there like that. I mean, that's creative. I don't know how many of those expressions that they used in here were part of the culture at the time. You know, some things we take from commercials now and they get repeated, and they, like Dr. Evil. How about no? Like anybody who's seen the Austin Powers movies knows exactly what that is. And that's part of our vernacular, part of the culture. I don't know what part of what these may have been, and maybe not at all, which is where I'm leading here, is that the songwriter had so many options about how to say something to somebody. It had to be acceptable. It was more puritanical. It's not like rap music now, or a lot, rock or whatever, where there's a lot of potty mouth in it, where back then it had to be clean, it had to be creative, and still get the point across that I'm not happy with you, you SOB. And yet it couldn't say, son of a bitch, it had to be clean. So, may an elephant caress you with its toes. I don't even know if elephants have toes. What do they have? They don't have feet, they don't have paws, they don't have... Yeah, I was just talking with a friend of mine. We went on a walk. Patty's her name. She and I went on a walk. And we were at a pond and there were geese, and we were trying to figure out what geese have. What are their feet called. But elephant massage you with its toes. That's not going to turn out well. And I didn't pick up on what he said about like his wife have something pantyhose, you know, running her pantyhose type of thing. I don't remember what that was about. Like I missed every single time, and I was paying attention to see what the lyrics were there. But bird of paradise, fly up your nose. That would be unpleasant because they're big flowers, and they don't fly. They're flowers, and they can be pointy and ugh. But what were the options that got left out? But I really like the creative way. This was sung with a fun cadence, obviously, humorous, but with a serious message. Don't be so cheap. Don't be hypocritical. He dropped a penny in the guy who had no shoes, in the cup of the guy who had no shoes, the homeless guy, or I think he said hobo, and then, but then the guy who was fixing his washing machine finds $100 bill in the washing machine, and he calls him up to tell him he found it. And he goes over, gets it, gives him 10 cents to repay the man for his kindness to make the phone call, but nothing else. And so the guy's just like, cheap. Don't be cheap. So that was fun, Penny. You found a gem there. I mean, these songs are more creative and may not float your boat, and they may seem too tame. But if you tap into the creativity involved, which is why I love going back to the genesis of things. I love the beginnings. I love contemplating beginnings because it'll give you a lot of insight. And it'll give you probably more questions than answers. But if you like questions, if you're comfortable with questions and that part of the curiosity process and project, maybe I should do a book called The Curiosity Project. But then you can have a lot of fun with that. And it might actually lead you to, you know, the conclusion, the alpha and omega, as some folks are fond of saying, including, probably got it from the Bible. But the ending, like, where did that beginning go? We know what the end is because we got the song. But where did it begin? I'm going to rate that. That was a really cute, creative way. And the number that popped into my head was an 8.8. I really was curious to see where he was going with the song. And there were just, three different parts, three different people's perspectives on this guy's cheapness and his own perspective when the taxi cab driver got pulled over for trying to get him somewhere on time, and he just waited so he could get his change back. You know, depending on how much the change is, you might have said, I'm so sorry you got this ticket. Thank you for trying to help me out. Keep the tip, keep the rest, keep the change type of deal. Maybe it's $18.50, I don't know, but $18.50, not the year. So, Penny, thank you for that. That was fun. God, I love being made to think and reflect and try to figure things out. All right, guys, have a great day. See you on another video and keep rocking the country.